Hello, my name is Gerhard Adam, and in this set of modules we will continue exploring the mainframe environment. In this module we will discuss the job control language that is used to define all of the resources needed to run work. JCL, or Job Control Language, is a unique language that is similar to a script, but it isn't actually structured to perform logical operations like a programming language would. Instead, it consists of information necessary to identify work that is to be run and resources that are needed by the work. As we saw in the previous units about units of work, there are several different ways in which work can be run in the ZOS environment. However, in discussing JCL, we will make one terminology assumption just to help keep things clear. From a JCL perspective, all work that runs on the system is referred to as a job. There's nothing special about this designation, but will help us relate to how work is identified using JCL. So let's keep that particular term in mind as representing a unit of work. So with that in mind, the role of JCL is to identify the job so that the system knows what it is, how it is represented, and how it can be referenced with respect to operator commands. Identifies the program that is to be run. Each program that is identified is considered to be a step within a job. There can be multiple steps so we can run multiple programs, one right after the other. And the other is to identify the datasets files that are to be used by the program being run. The specific JCL statements that fulfill that function are the job statement, which identifies the unit of work. The execute statement indicates the program to be executed and is referred to as a step within the job, and jobs may have multiple steps. The DD statements are data definition statements that are used to indicate all input and output files that are to be used within that step. Let's look at the basic syntax employed by all JCL statements. JCL is based on an 80-byte card image format, so it is not uncommon to hear positions referred to as card columns. Each statement consists of 5 fields. The identification field occurs in the first 2 positions and is always coded as a //. The label field immediately follows the identification field with no spaces and is used to assign a name to the JCL statement. The operation field is separated by at least 1 space before and after and identifies the type of JCL statement that it is, job, execute, or DD. The parameter field is described by the values that may be coded on a particular JCL statement to define the resources or options to be used. Finally, anything else that occurs on the JCL statement would be treated as comments. Additional syntax rules require that the identification field begin in position 1. The label field must immediately follow this, and the operation field must have at least 1 space before and after, and no parameters can extend beyond position 71. There are rules governing how parameters can be continued, and continuation must begin after the identification field, followed by at least 1 space, and begin before column 17. Within the parameter options, some may be positional, which means that they are assigned a permanent position in the parm, and if they are not coded or defaulted, their absence must be indicated by coding a comma. Other parameter values are specified by keywords and are separated by commas and have no required order. No spaces should be coded between defined values unless explicitly designated by the syntax rules. Now let's look at how these rules apply and some of the methods we would use to code these JCL statements.